What's good? What's good? We are back. Another episode of the Paul Picker Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Normally, I'm taking you into the world of bare knuckle fighting, but we're gonna step out of that world for a second, and we're gonna go into the MMA world. We're gonna bring on an amateur MMA fighter out of Sunrise, Florida, the one and only Warren the Punisher Pinasco. Let's bring him in.
Hello,
What's
everybody.
good? How you doing, Warren?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you reaching out, man. Normally I do a lot of bare knuckle fights, but I'm not really obligated to any organization or any one sport. So I'm kind of glad you reached out.
You'll see me soon in bare knuckle. Nate,
Okay.
Nate always messaged me and asked me when am I gonna go in and do the tryouts. I did the tryouts before, but I had no experience. I had the two MMA fights,
Uh huh.
but I went in there with just pure street fighting knowledge, no actual martial art knowledge. But I've been training for about like 6 months now at Rock MMA. I've had
Okay.
three boxing matches. Well, two official. One was an exhibition. Um, the first one, me and the guy, he beat me by 1 point. I rematched him, got a third round TKO in the second match we had, and then the third guy I tied with. So
Okay. That's what's up. Now, how long you been at this fight game?
So probably like on and off for like 3 years because I tore my labrum in 2022. So
Okay.
I didn't like do anything for like 6 7 months. Didn't even go to the actual gym. Just did physical therapy. Uh, then I was actually training at MMA Masters when that happened, and I realized after that that they just kept messaging me like they knew I tore my labrum and I told them I brought a doctor's note and everything that I couldn't like they needed to pause my payments. They still tried to charge me payments. That's how I knew they weren't the place for me. Be like, I can't actually train, and I brought you a doctor's note, but you guys are still trying to charge me. So I was training Rock MMA because I did a few free classes with them because I knew a few people there. So I was on and off going there like twice, like 2 or 3 times a week, and now I've just been there full time.
Now, you did boxing and MMA. For people that don't know the difference, what's all the different things that you're allowed to do in MMA?
MMA, so amateur MMA, you can do everything but knee them.
Okay.
You can do elbows if you guys each have more than 3 fights, and you mutually agree on it. But they make you wear elbow pads.
Okay.
So it's about and it's just less around. It's not 5 minute rounds. It's 3 minute rounds. But you literally basically it's everything else. Like I know some organizations they don't allow leg locks, but some do. So it all depends. It's like you're basically allowed to do the same things as pros, except the elbows and knees, and then leg locks. They want people to actually be able to continue a career and not get a leg snapped in an amateur fight.
So that happens a lot in the fights with the leg locks, the leg snaps.
Well, yeah, my actual last fight where I got the TKO,
Uh huh.
there was two guys who one was from A&M and one I forgot where the other one was from. The corner of the other guy yelled, "Snap his fucking leg!" And I was sitting there like, "Oh my god, these are amateurs, sir. Your guy's a blue belt. What are you trying to do?" But yeah, I was just like, that's why like don't get me wrong, I like jujitsu, but I hate it too. I say it is like the deadliest form. Like, don't get me wrong, you kill somebody by knocking them out, but you can snap somebody's head real easy, break a leg, then go for whatever else you want to do. It's like, so you're like, yeah, jujitsu, I say, is the deadliest one because they actually like, you want to be sneaky about it. You could just eliminate your person by breaking their legs because they ain't gonna get up after that.
Now, a lot of these bare knuckle guys be saying that bare knuckle's the toughest sport. What do you think? You think MMA is the toughest sport?
Mm. So I'll say toughest to learn everything wise. Now, getting the physical, it's different because you're getting hit with. I'm a street fighter. I know you
Uh
know
huh.
Howard Davis. You've done a few. I trained with him before. It's different because getting hit with a knee to the face versus getting hit with a bare knuckle. It's like I'd rather get hit with a bare knuckle than a knee to the face.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have somebody who has fast, powerful hand. Like if you're fighting, what's his name? Mighty, no, what's buddy name? Who's like the 125-pound champion who used to be in the UFC? Johnson or Dobson, something like that.
John Dodson.
Now, if you got fast fucking hands like that, I wouldn't want to fight you bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Give me somebody in MMA, I'll take the knee. But like, if you have like a regular Joe Schmo, I'll fight them bare knuckle than taking a knee. It's like it just honestly depends on the person. Me, I'd rather get hit with knuckles because when I get hit in the face, it actually makes me angrier and I come at you more. But
Mhm.
you know, you hit somebody with a knee, yeah, it's gonna make them angry, but you got the chance it also might daze you, put you in la la land.
Okay. So when you're doing amateur, how much do you know about your opponents, man?
So it depends. Like most of the like everybody I've noticed, everybody who tries to fight me, they've already have experience because they
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna be an easy fight, but then they learn that it's not. So you know, I studied the tape. So like the last guy that I was supposed to fight, who actually backed out of a fight from me,
I
I
saw that for the 31st, right?
yeah, well, no, not for the 31st. This was actually for it was a month ago. I was supposed
Okay.
he backed out. I don't. If he's on my Instagram page, the guy who said, "I hope you show up so I could cave your face in," and he called the promoter 2 hours later, said he didn't come in. He blocked me on Instagram. I have a backup Instagram in case like fighters block me so I can't like see their stuff, what they're doing, and all that. I went on his account. This motherfucker was at an NXT WWE event. So you
So he
didn't come to a fight to go to a WWE event.
wait, so he backed out of a real fight to go to watch some fake fights.
Yes, sir. So that
Now,
tells me how much of a man you truly are. And his
that's
name is Anthony Wise. Be like, you still on there? You still a bitch? And I still know I'll smoke you.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Um, so you've had a couple people back out of these last match. Why the other guy back out?
He got injured. We both
Okay.
fought on the same card, Spar War, and
Mhm.
you know I saw his fight. I didn't think he got injured. He gassed out. I think you know I can't. I don't know what happened to his body, but he let me know. But it's fine because you know like 2 weeks, like it was like a week and a half ago. I got plantar fasciitis, and sometimes it comes back, but this time it came back really bad. So like it's actually just started calming down. Like it's like a 4 out of 10 out of a pain level. So it's
Uh-huh.
like I haven't actually been able to train. So it's like it's a win and loss. Be like, yeah, I wanted to fight because I already watched him. I saw stuff he did. I knew what I could do, even though I couldn't train right now. I already was thinking like blah blah blah, like doing the shadow boxing, what he would do, how I could do stuff. But you know, we're rescheduling that for I believe he said it's in October 20 something. We're rescheduling it, so it's gonna happen again.
Now is that for the 305 fights too?
No, that one's gonna be for real cage fighting.
Okay.
Those are all the boxing matches so far have been for real cage fighting.
Okay. So that one's gonna be a boxing. So you're doing boxing matches and MMA matches like
Yeah,
back and forth?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. I might fight for 305 Sports in November. I'm trying to get a rematch for one of the MMA matches I did for them.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get it for kickboxing because you know I'm still not stepping back into MMA right away, but I want to do everything. Like I took a jujitsu match like 2 months ago, so it's like I'm trying to do everything but slowly go back into MMA. So you know I'm trying to challenge him again, but in kickboxing because he did a boxing match like 2 months ago. So let's see if he'll do kickboxing.
Now, do you get paid for these amateur matches, or is this more to try to get your name out there and get your foot through the door to the professional level?
So if I could sell tickets and
Okay.
they let me get parts of it, but legally they're not allowed to pay amateurs unless they fly you out. Then they gotta pay you a certain like I think it's 250 is all they can pay you, and then they
Uh-huh.
give you a perks, you know. But whatever you know how it is with promotions, they be paying people underneath the table.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of politics in the fight game, man, across the board. It doesn't matter what sport, what promotion. I hear a lot of politics going on with these
I just feel
fights.
like amateurs. It's like, okay, we're not pros. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
pay $1,000, but we're still putting our bodies on the line. Some people, like the last fight I just fought 2 weeks ago, Buddy got knocked clean out with a kick to the dome and went straight down. It'd be like, bro, and he's walking away with nothing. It should be like
Damn.
at least $100, or if you lose, you get 50. You win, you get something. Be like, come on, but I'm just me.
You know what? I think you kind of pinpoint though of why y'all fighters love to fight so much. Cause I also do the music podcast, and rappers, man, they can start rapping last week and think they should already get paid.
Yeah.
But you talking about fighters going through a fight, damn near, could possibly, like you said, you could break a leg, your whole career could be over in one match and not even get paid, man. I mean, that's gotta be love for what you do right there.
It's gonna. I see. I've never told anybody this. I've only told a few people. So I actually the labrum I tore. I had
Uh-huh.
previously tore that before because I did. You heard of pillow fighting championships?
No, what the pillow fight championship? That thing?
It's a real thing. Like so, I did it. I got a standing 10 count against the guy, but I woke
Uh-huh.
up the next day and my shoulder was hurting bad. Went to the hospital. They said that they can't see anything with the X-rays, but they sent me to a orthopedic surgeon. He got an MRI ordered, and he told me I partially tore my labrum and tore my bicep.
And that
Oh,
was from slinging like pillows and
yeah,
stuff?
'cause 8 pound pillows.
Oh, so the 8 pound, okay, that's a nice size pillow.
See, that's why people be like, "Oh, you guys fight with." I'll be like, "Bro, first of all, they get $250 if you win. Fight
Yeah.
pillow. Second, it's coverage for you. It's gonna make you get people to know who you are because they've got like, I think it's like 250,000 followers on Instagram or something
That's
like that.
crazy.
So it's like, yeah, pillow fighting. Even though people be like, yeah, like it's pretty freaking famous, and it's got actual UFC former UFC
And it
fighters.
sounds fun.
It is, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like bringing out that inner kid, and you can kill someone without knowing you're gonna kill someone. Like I literally like if you, I'll post a story so you can see it later on my story, but
Uh,
you see me just and then I do a spinning backhand and I hit him with it. It's just like brings out like back when if you had a brother or sister and y'all used to beat the crap out of each other with pillows.
and how good would it be to announce world
Bro,
pillow fighting champion?
I tried to get to fight the dude for the title, but I swear to God, they were protecting the dude. I swear, I don't care what they
That
say because
sounds
they
like
saw,
the fight game.
bro. And I'm just like, yo, y'all scared? I'm gonna dethrone your guy after my second fight. 'Cause I wasn't scared. No, I'm like, bro. I walked like I didn't do none of the. I just blocked, boom, blocked, boom. I'm one of those people who walk like straight through the fire. I'm not one of those who run away.
So you got two straight losses, man. I always got to ask guys this. I mean, how do y'all deal with the losses? I see guys that just they always just lose and they still fighting.
Well, you see, that the two losses were in MMA, so
Yeah,
that's why I took a step away from it.
yeah,
Then I had the loss in boxing, but literally the whole crowd, the promoter, the guy in the ring, the guy who says the winner, he goes
yeah.
literally in the ring. I thought you won the match. The doctors thought I won the match. Literally, I was doing push-ups to show him I was fine, while the other guy
Yeah.
and he only beat me by 1 point. But I think it was that they gave him the point because he came all the way down from Fort Haven or something like that. And I'm like, I took the fight on 5 hours notice without having any I wasn't even training for a fight, none of that. I was just literally I had got off work. They called me. It was like 12:30, and they're like, hey, we have this guy. The guy backed out. He's not coming, and I've had it happen to me twice. So I was like, let me just step in there. I'm like, sure. Fought the dude on 5 hours notice. I feel like I won. I had like most of the clips you see of the watch the whole video. He's like, and everybody literally after I'm going to smoke a blunt with my boys, my corner, and there's
Uh-huh.
people who's walking and they're like, "Bro, I'm pissed off for you. You should be mad you won." I go, "It was just an exhibition. It's fine." And they go, "No, you should be pissed off." So I was just like, I went in there. I'm like, "Hey, you want to do a rematch?" And he's like, "Sure, I'll get you. Since you fought me, I'll give you a rematch." Fought him, and I told the guy I had an interview with on the Millions that I told him I was going to get a TKO in the second or third round, and within the first 30 seconds of the third round, I got the TKO.
Now, what do you think is your greatest strength as a fighter?
I don't give up. I'm not a, like I the MMA matches like there was something in me that like made me go, okay, you got to be better than this. This is gonna be online forever. Everybody's gonna know you have two losses. So it pushed me, and I actually trained more. It's like I was more dedicated and focused. So it was like I didn't want to lose them more, and it's like I want to provide a better life for my family. Like I'm a single dad, and then my dad takes care of my grandpa, who he just got diagnosed with cancer, and we
Yeah.
have like he's got Alzheimer's too. So it's a double fuck you, excuse my language, but
You
it's
good?
like I want to make a better life so my dad don't have to worry and we can take care of him and my kid can be good. It's a screwed up world we're living in now. So
Nah, it is. Everybody been talking about that. And I know the fighters, I noticed the fighters get very, very involved in the politics.
it's just like,
What
I don't get me wrong, like I don't care for Trump, but the world was better. Like not the world, but everything was better when Trump was president. And people can
I
afford,
agree.
like people even on food stamps when they would get their food stamps, it would be like 300 or 400. I know people now who are only getting $150 and they got a kid. It'd be like hell. Be like it don't make no sense.
Yeah, and when your pockets are thin, nobody cares about who's blaming who. We just need our pockets to get thicker.
Dude, that's why I'm like Biden ain't been doing not like I don't care what anybody says. He ain't been doing crap for nobody but Ukraine, giving our money to them. Other
And
than
he should have been in the first place because he was clearly too old and too incompetent. People basically, we're at a point now where people just vote based off of hate for the other guy. They don't, care about the policies or anything of that nature. Like, I don't, this idea that a president's supposed to be a nice guy is so bogus to me, anyways. We need tough guys in office.
see, like when Trump pulled what's Russia's president Putin
Putin,
pulled him in like that, I was just like, that's my president. I like that.
this
Cause
guy went to what, North Korea by with the minimal security.
yeah, I'm like he's the only president to cross over by himself.
That's a tough guy. Let's yeah, we don't need a nice guy. This idea that Barack Obama was a nice guy and any other president was a nice guy. These guys bomb freaking towns with innocent people in it. But um back to the fighting some. What's the ultimate goal? Like, so you're doing boxing, you're doing MMA. Which
I want
one of these are you trying to go pro in the most?
I want to go in pro in both of them. I
Both
want
of them?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my so I have family in Italy who's got our last name famous
I
somewhat, and
thought that was an Italian name. Yeah.
they're if you look up the Pinascos, there's a team up there. The races they've won championships. I'm trying to get our name more into the fighting game and get it out there. So I'm trying to go pro in everything: boxing, MMA, bare knuckle, even I'll do karate combat.
Okay.
Don't give me
Now, do they most of these organizations allow you to do all this without any problem?
it, what I've heard is if you have a good manager like Howard Davis, he can do boxing and he can do bare knuckle. Pretty sure he could do something else too if he
Yeah,
wanted.
but I do know this much. Bare knuckle doesn't like you to leave and get beat.
Yeah,
They don't like if you're gonna go do something else, they don't want you to get beat because they think that kind of, I guess, it reflects on bare knuckle, which I don't think it, to me it shouldn't, because they're two different sports to me.
exactly. It's like if I'm bare knuckle and I go do MMA and I lose in MMA, what the fuck does it matter to you? We only stand up and box and you're shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting kicked, thrown on the ground, and another shit. It has nothing to do with
Elbows, knees, everything. Yeah.
Be like, it had nothing to do. So that's literally one thing. I'm one of those people who I don't hold my mouth. So if they would be like, oh, you can't, I'll be like, okay, well then I just won't sign with it. I actually know people who, I'm not gonna say names, but when they fought for the prospect series, they were gonna fight for another amateur promotion that was boxing, but they said they weren't allowed. They can't do it. We're amateurs. We can do whatever the hell. It don't matter that it's BKFC. It's like, bro, we are amateurs. We can
Yeah.
do any sport. It's like, I'm not signing. Are you paying me to not go and do anything else? That's what I don't understand. It's like,
Yeah,
how you gonna
that's where
take?
the politics comes in. And have you dealt with the politics at all, like on some of your fights?
So only with the not with the actual promotions, just within my team. They didn't.
Uh-huh.
I was signed to a boxing slaughterhouse. I was with
Okay.
them, and they didn't want me taking MMA matches, but it was like it's amateur, and you guys are something different. And I'm training at another place for the amateur MMA stuff, so it was like totally different, but it was like the same thing. It's like, I guess your management also don't want you to be doing crap, so that's why I was just like, I'll do everything on my own.
I normally don't ask questions about diets and nutrition, but every now and then I do. Like, what's your typical diet and nutrition like for an MMA fighter?
See, I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah, I
I,
could tell. You said you smoke weed. I mean, Kai Stewart was. I know he smoked. A lot of fighters, I think, smoke weed though.
I just took a bong rip before the interview.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
It'd be like, but no, see me, it's like I go for 2.5, 3 mile runs.
Okay.
I eat what I want. My diet, like, cause I used to be 300 pounds,
Okay. So you
so
were like, I don't know if you know, Marcus Suarez,
yeah.
young Merc. He had a body transformation when he was overweight and stuff like that.
I need the help to get rid of the man boobies. I can't get rid of them, but that's the only thing I can't get rid of. But like I've got down to 185 before, no problem. It's like that's the thing. It's like I can, that's the thing I tell people. You shouldn't have to suffer, especially we're fighters, bro. Don't give up what you love. Like obviously,
Yeah,
don't eat pizza every fucking day. But if you want
that's
to
me.
eat, see, I'll eat it once a week because it's like it's just too much grease sometimes. What
Yeah.
I like the deep dish, so it's a little bit too much grease, but that's why I do it once a week. It's like, but don't like, bro. Tijuana Flats. I'd be going to Taco Tuesday and Burrito Thursday. Be like, you ain't gonna cut that stuff out. Be like, you just got to work harder. I go to the gym. I go to training. And then if there's times where I'll go running after I go get home from either one of the two, so that'll be a third thing on top of it.
So,
So
and are you constantly training even when you're not fighting?
yeah, so like I honestly miss being in the gym right now. It's just like, but I feel like by next week I should be good. I got new shoes that I read up that are specifically good for them. I got Asics that are supposed to be great for plantar fasciitis, and honestly, I don't feel crap now when I walk in them. So it's like I think I should be back by next week, and I'll do just some training outside, and then I'll be back in the gym probably in like a week or
And
two.
so that's something that with your feet. That's a problem with your feet.
Yeah, it's like especially people who have flat feet, they get it more.
Uh
So
huh.
like the bottom of your heel, it'll feel like you're getting stabbed constantly. And it's like freshly when you get fresh out the morning and you put your foot on the ground, it's like literally like you just stepped on a bunch of glass.
Damn.
So
And
literally,
it's just something that kind of comes back and forth.
yeah, like the last time I had it, I would have to say it was like 7, 8 months ago. So it's not frequent, but sometimes people get it like this is the longest I've had it so far. But people can have it up into like 2 months. Like my coach, he's had it for I think the last month and a half. But he does construction and all that, so he's always on his feet 24/7, lifting heavy crap. So it's like people who are constantly on their feet, like people who constantly run, like those people who do like the 15Ks or whatever they're called, they get
Mhm.
that they get plantar fasciitis bad.
Now, do you think the ultimate athlete is the athletes that like compete like single competition compared to like team sports? I think is to me it's more of a pure athlete when you just compete one on one.
Well, see, for me, the one-on-one competitions, it shows your strength and what you're best at. When you have the team, you have to, there's no I in team. You could be that asshole who does what he wants, but when you're a team, you're supposed to make everybody look good. So it's like the singles is better to show what and who you are. Now, if you want to show that you can be a team player, then yeah, team sports. Or you can always be that asshole on the team sport and be like, yeah, I'm Tom Brady. I'm the best in the world.
So, what would you kind of advice would you give to somebody trying to get into any one of these sports?
Take your time, don't rush into it. Especially this is for all you street fighters out there. I used to be one of you. I'm from Florida, I'm from deep side. So if y'all from Florida, you know where that's at. Don't think your street fighting is gonna do you any good. Make sure, especially for MMA. Boxing, you might be okay. You might get
Okay.
away, you might get lucky. But MMA, that ain't gonna work. They gonna see, and then they gonna take your ass down, and then give you the little ground and pound, and the referee's gonna call it. I tell everybody now, take your time. Make sure, like, you don't have to be 10 months into jujitsu, 10 months in wrestling if you want to take a match. Just make sure you actually train and do it right. Just don't go out there with 3 weeks of actual jujitsu training and think that you're gonna win, because you're not gonna win.
Now, does everybody typically have jiu-jitsu training in the MMA?
Nah, I'll tell you honestly, there's a lot of people who go out there and they have a little bit of wrestling. They've done jujitsu classes,
Uh-huh.
but no. Like, see me, I have one stripe on my white belt. So it's like I've done it. I hate it. I hate jujitsu. Don't get me wrong. It to me, it's because if I'm gonna be MMA fighting, yes, it's gonna be helpful. But right now, I'm focusing on trying to go pro boxing first. So it's like
Uh-huh.
for me, doing the jujitsu classes is just a distraction, and also it might hurt me and cause me to derail going pro in boxing. So, but a lot of people, I personally know a few people who only go to classes but don't really do jujitsu who fight, and they're decent. They've like 3-2 or 1-1. Like it's like, but it showed like in those matches that they lost, it showed that their jujitsu was crap and their wrestling was crap.
Now, what's the typical process of going from amateur to a pro boxer?
So normally, like my coach doesn't want me to go pro until I have a certain amount of wins.
Uh,
But so I've been taking the matches in the cage, but I'm gonna start probably in November. I'm gonna get my USA boxing permit so I can actually do the official competitions like that. And I'm gonna test myself out. And I told myself if I get 3 straight wins with that, I'll go pro.
so typically it's a certain amount of matches under your belt amateur, and then does
Yeah,
your I guess your fight manager gotta help or promoter gotta help you get to that point?
yeah. Well, you can do it by yourself. Like MMA fighters, you don't
Uh,
really even need to technically have fights to go pro, which I think is kind of stupid. You can go in there and be a pro, just to say you're a pro, and then go fight pro and then
yeah.
go get your life destroyed in a second.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
boxing, it's a little harder. They actually like bare knuckle. They want to know that you actually had fights, you have experience.
Yeah, bare knuckle wants you to be a pro already, yeah.
Yeah, like the one guy who died, that's the reason why. Like if you're an amateur, you can go in there if you have like five, six
Who's
fights.
the guy that died? Was it a bare knuckle fight?
Yeah, it was back in like 2000, I think.
That wasn't BKFC, was it?
No, it was. Yeah,
It was?
yeah, it was. Buddy, he got
Wow.
guy's name. He got hit and he fell, and his head directly hit the mat like that. He woke up and he was fine. And he went back to the hospital like the next day, and think it was like a week later he died. He succumbed to his injury.
Man. And that's the thing I noticed about bare knuckle when I first started watching it. It looked like a lot of some guys that just come off the street and thought they could just bare knuckle. And seeing the training videos of these guys, I mean, these guys train ridiculously.
Yeah, now they changed that. That's why like I could have been in there right away.
Uh-huh.
Did the tryouts that they had in Fort Lauderdale. It was their second actual tryouts. Um, I got
So he
picked.
wasn't a pro fighter. He was just a guy who just got into BKFC and then got killed.
Yeah, I think he only had a few like actual amateur MMA fights. Went in
Yeah.
and got him. He got hit, fell wrong, and next day he woke up. He wasn't feeling good. Went to the hospital, and a week later he passed away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember hearing about that. I was just like, damn. Do I want to do bare knuckle now, or do I want to wait?
Why is it that Florida seems like to be the haven of all fighters?
We're
What's
all
the deal with that?
we're all. I can tell you, nobody else wants to. We're all heartbroken, angry men and women. It
Because
is.
I mean,
It's
all the
just.
fighters either moved to Florida or they all just living there already.
It's because the best Floridas really do be coming out of Florida. It's because the natural born killer. Like back when you could actually fight people on the streets and they wouldn't shoot you.
Mhm.
You would see fights. You'd be like, "Damn, this should be a pay per view." I'm watching Buddy dodge weaving, bah, 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 uppercut. Buddy gets stumbled, then Buddy comes back and get. I'm just like, it's like, bro, it's like technically it was like watching BKFC before BKFC was out, and it's just
Now,
like great.
is there any fighters that you be studying?
So I actually, even though it's like, I have a like hate for this dude, the Juggernaut.
Oh, Lorenzo Hunt.
I like his fighting style. I just hate his fucking cocky attitude. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I like it to a point, but then there's certain parts I'll be like, you son of a bitch. Shut up for a second. Relax.
Now he got some controversy around him though right now.
What happened now?
They try to say he juiced.
I wouldn't doubt it. I
I
mean,
wouldn't doubt it either. That's a big dude, Joe.
but see, that's the thing though. I've seen him in person.
Uh,
He's big, but he's not like, I know people who do juice. Like at
yeah.
the gym, like I train, not like the MMA gym, like Crunch Fitness. I
Uh-huh.
know people there who actually do juice. He don't look like that. So I don't know, but he was fast as fuck. So that's the only thing for me. I was like, how you like 50 something that fast?
Yeah, because there's some old dudes in bare knuckle. Some of these dudes is pushing 40 years old. Like, should there be a cutoff age for a fighter?
See, I always say this: if you're like Tony Ferguson now, there should be a cutoff age. But if you're winning, like what's his name, Houston Alexander,
Okay, yeah.
you can keep going. You good. Like, but if you got like, for me, I say this: if you're over like 48, 47,
Uh,
and you got 3 consecutive losses, it's got to be goodbye. You can't. You can go fight somewhere else, but you can't fight for us.
yeah.
That's just how I think. But honestly, it's like also it's like some people get a little late start.
Yeah.
Start at like 38, 39, so they haven't had all the damage and they can take the damage still. So it'll be like depends if that person started late, then you can let them go to 50. But 50 should honestly be like, ain't Mike Tyson like 50 something, 60 something? And he about
I
to.
don't know, but George Foreman had the belt at 50, so he boxed it till he came back, boxed at age 50, won the belt. So I mean, you can't say that a guy can't box or fight at 50 if
All right,
George Foreman did it.
all right. Well, then 60 will have to be my. Yes, you mean I forgot about that. Damn. And then
But
what's isn't Hunt like he's a double champ still, right? And he's like 50.
no, he lost to Terrell.
Oh, did he give up his other titles?
He lost the match. I think he messed up his shoulder or something in the match. Like he fell on his shoulder and like messed up his shoulder, and he lost the match.
I didn't know
That was
that.
versus Mick Terrell.
I
So
think that's
he's
all.
only got one belt still, I think. Now.
At least he
And
still got.
he's 41 right now.
He's
He's
41.
4 years young. Yeah, he's 4 years younger than me. He's pushing it. I mean, he's pushing it.
Wait, what? You didn't? You look like you in your 30s, bro.
Yeah, I'm 45. So I mean, he's 11-2 though. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at in bare knuckle. He
Yeah,
got a
expect.
lot of wins, a lot of wins under his belt.
I would say he's definitely better in bare knuckle than he is MMA.
I've noticed that was a lot of some of these cats have actually been better in bare knuckle. Mike Perry is better in bare knuckle than he was in MMA.
It's just like it's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm better in stand up than I am MMA. It's
Mhm.
we like to stand up and bang. We don't want to crotch sniff. Just be honest. It's that like that's like the one thing everybody I could feel like everybody hates is a crotch sniffer. That's why they do boxing or BKFC.
And a lot of crotch sniffing going on in MMA.
Yeah, too much.
I gotta ask you, man. I saw a clip where at the end of the clip you said, "And come to see a dead body." You seem like you could do stand up comedy too.
Oh, bro, no. Everybody tells me I should do comedy. Don't get me. Everybody tells me like whenever like the last guy I was gonna fight when we had the interview, I go, you cut, make sure you show up, you cousin fucker, and and the promotion the interview company, the guy who owns it texted me saying, bro, I spit out my water, I couldn't stop laughing, it's like don't I feel like I'm funny but only when I'm stoned.
Yeah, because you said something there like, "Yeah, come to see a dead body" or something like that. I like this guy. He remind me of my guy Byron Brooks, who does stand up comedy, but he also does jiu-jitsu and
I told
whatnot.
I told him come see a dead body, and
Yeah, come see a dead body. Yeah.
I ended up getting hit in the nuts, and I was the one who looked like a dead body. Hold on, I gotta put the phone
That's
on the
crazy.
charger.
So when do you think your next fight's gonna be? You said.
So I have one that's scheduled for October 5th with Made Men Promotions, and it's actually against Jake Paul's bodyguard, Andrew Garcia.
Okay.
So that's October 5th, and then
Is it?
yeah, it's gonna be
And that's a boxing match.
yes, sir. So me and him are gonna.
Is he any good? Jake Paul's manager?
Well,
Or I mean his bodyguard?
his bodyguard looks decent, but it's nothing like I'm actually worried about. Like I've been watching his page, and it's like I go to two. I'm gonna start going back to this one place, Contenders Boxing, and I'm gonna. I have a few friends who train like they have a house gym. He's called Alpha Breed Boxing, and I'm gonna start training over there with them in Miami.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's gonna be interesting. Who did you now with the Jake Paul and Mike Perry fight? Who did you have going into that?
Man, I had Mike fucking Perry. I knew Jake Paul
You
might have
did?
knocked. I knew Jake Paul would have knocked Mike Perry down at least once, but I didn't expect it to be like that. Mike made me lose some damn money, that son of a bitch.
Oh, you bet some money on Mike Perry?
I did.
You know, I'm a huge Redneck Medell fan, so as you know, I can't stand Mike Perry.
I mean, I like Redneck too, but it's like, man, Mike Perry is the dude though. It's like he's like that your inner you that be like, never quit, keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He's undefeated. He's doing his thing, but it's just it reeks me of how a guy could be the face of an organization, a fighting organization, and doesn't have a belt.
Yeah, I do think they're kind of protecting him a little.
They are protecting him, man. Not a little bit. They protected him a lot of bit.
I don't. Is he fired or is he not fired?
I don't know if that's legit, man. I mean,
because we know
Maybe
Conor.
I need to message Brian Scotia and ask him, like, is this legit or not? Brian brought it up. David Feldman was supposed to talk about it, but I didn't see where David Feldman talked about it. You
See,
had
I
Connor say
texted
he is fired, so
I texted Raymond. I don't know if you know the
Raymond Pell. Oh, think we lost him. I think we lost him. I think his connection dropped or the phone cut off. But let's see if we can get him back. Wait, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, see if we can get him back. So that was Warren Pinasco. Check him out. Got a new fight coming up soon. He said October 10th. And I think we might have him back right here. Let's see. Yeah, but normally we're talking about just bare knuckle, but I'm not obligated to just be KFC or bare knuckle or anything of that nature. And I still don't see him. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And we're gonna make sure we clip up these clips and get out here and promote this Warren interview. And I want to thank him for hitting me up about the interview. Very interesting conversation. And we out.